Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome back to my channel. Now today's video is gonna kind of be a get ready with me and how I do my makeup. Now I don't normally do many of these videos because I'm not professional. I kind of just slap stuff on, but I just wanted to share with you just the makeup that I kind of use on a day-to-day basis and a couple of new products that I'm trying out at the moment as well. So I thought I would just share that with you. And don't forget, if you're not already a subscriber, please do click the link down below or to the side, and please do subscribe to the channel because I would love to see you here every week. So let's get started. As you can see, my skin is not the best. I'm 45 years old and obviously it's not going to be wrinkle free or problem free at that age, but I've had issues with some sun damage, and also I was diagnosed as having an adrenal gland problem. So my adrenals have been working really hard, and I've been kind of in anxiety and fear mode, and I think that has kind of showed up on my skin and caused some issues with my skin. I also tend to get a lot of spots as well. So over the last couple of weeks, I had I normally only get 1 or 2, but I had like 6 or 7 spots, and they always seem to kind of come more around the chin area and maybe a couple on the nose. So as you can see, I've got no makeup on at the moment and I've got issues with my skin. So I don't like to put too much makeup on, but I do like to try and kind of hide some of those problems. And to start with, I always put on a primer. Now today I'm going to use the Benefits Pore Professional. I like this primer. I think it's quite nice. I think the consistency of it is quite nice. And I know some people only use primer in the area where, you know, you tend to get more kind of oil and things. Now I know I've said a million times on my channel, I've got oily to combination skin. It's an absolute nightmare. Absolutely hate it, but it's just the way it is. I'm sure people with dry skin and other issues feel the same way. So I always feel like I'm trying to get rid of shine and oil and things. So I actually put my primer on all over the face. Some people just say you can put it on in the T-zone area, which is fine. But for me, I am always trying to get rid of shine. So primer goes everywhere. And I must admit, there's nothing that I actually put on my skin that actually completely gets rid of shine. So I definitely need a good powder. So if you've got any recommendations for a good powder, then leave a comment below and let me know. So I definitely need to maybe use more of a powder. But this is what I'm doing at the moment. So I just prime my skin. I have talked about primers before, so I'll leave a link to that video, but today I'm using Benefits Pore Professional. Givenchy Mr. Matte is really nice. It Cosmetics is really nice. Yeah, I'll leave a link so you can go and check that out. But yeah, basically I start off with my primer. Moving on to foundation. Now I tend to kind of switch between foundations, to be honest, but today I'm actually going to go for the Charlotte Tilbury Light Wonder foundation, and this is in the color 10 Dark. I've had this for a little while and I really like it. I think this is a lovely foundation. So I'm going to put this one on today. I've got some really great ones from Laura Mercier, from Dior. I love Dior Forever. I think that is such a good foundation. But today I'm just going to use the Charlotte Tilbury one. So I just put a little bit on the back of my hand and just put it on to the skin. Now I do tend to use a brush personally, but I know a friend of mine did my makeup for me a few weeks back, and she was using the sponge, which again, absolutely great. Looked really nice actually. The finish looked really nice. So I like to mix it up a little bit, but today I'm just going to use a brush just to apply the foundation. Now I really like this foundation because it's, I would say, medium coverage. And as you probably noticed before, just before I started putting it on, that my skin is a little bit uneven, so it's light in some places, slightly darker in others. So for me, it's more about just kind of evening that out more than anything else. I'm not trying to do a really heavy coverage because I just don't like that look, to be honest. I like something that looks a little bit more natural. So I just try and keep it natural. And this foundation is quite buildable, which is nice. So I'll go in with one layer to start with and then have a look and see what I think. So that's the first kind of layer, which I think has evened out the skin quite well. And what I might do is just put a tad more just on the chin area, because like I say, that's kind of like my problem area with all the kind of blemishes and spot marks and everything that I tend to get down there. And also I've had a few on the nose recently, which has been annoying. So I've just put a little bit more on, just all around really. Just to, like I say, even out the skin more than anything else for me, I think, rather than look too kind of caked. So that's the foundation. Hopefully you'll see that's not a bad colour match actually. I think that that's pretty good. So that was Charlotte Tilbury 10 Dark. And then I'm going to move on to concealers. And I've got two here that I generally use, which is a Charlotte Tilbury, the Retoucher, and I've got the Yves Saint Laurent Touche Éclat. And I'm actually going to go with the Yves Saint Laurent. So this is really cool little, I use it as a concealer. I know you can use it for other stuff, but I actually use it as a concealer. I'm just going over that area a little bit more just to cover up where I've got those spot marks recently. So just to help conceal those a little bit. And this is, what colour is this? 6M, is that the colour? I'm not sure. It says 6M on there, don't hold me to it, that might be the colour, I'm not exactly sure. But yeah, I really like this. I think this is really nice consistency. Just does a nice job just to kind of cover up and conceal. I only use it for kind of like this area. Actually, what this is really good for is if you really want really light coverage of foundation, I actually just use this as something to just put on when I don't want to put on a proper heavy foundation. I actually just use this and just put some all over my face, just to even out the problems that, you know, I've got, just to even the skin out. This is really good. So this is kind of like a 2-for-1 for me. And then for concealer under the eyes, I actually use the Urban Decay Naked Skin, and this is in the colour medium dark. So I like this. It's a little bit lighter than my foundation, but that's what I need just to kind of like brighten this area under the eye. So I don't use too much because you really don't need too much, but I just put a little bit under the eyes and just blend that out with the tip of the beauty blender. And hopefully you can see that that has actually really brightened up and lightened up that area under the eye. But if I feel I've gone a little bit too low with it, so it looks a little bit too pandery, I actually just take the original foundation brush and I just go back in just a little bit higher up just to add the colour back a little bit so it's not so low. And maybe just here if I'm... So I just literally just want it to sit under the eyes and not to go too low to the cheeks. So moving on to the eyes, and generally I don't do a great deal with my eyes. I'm rubbish with eyeshadow, so I try and keep it simple. I'll put a little bit of eyeliner on the bottom lid, and this is Charlotte Tilbury Rock and Coal. So I'll just put just a touch of eyeliner on the bottom, and then I used to curl my eyelashes all the time, and then I stopped doing it and then I thought, oh, actually, I'm going to start again just to give a little bit more shape, because I don't have the longest eyelashes, I don't have the curliest eyelashes, so I need all the help I can get. So I just give it, not too much, I go too crazy, but just give it a little bit of a curl. I'm trying to remember where these are from. Ico. I actually think I got these free with the magazine, but these are from Ico. And then I go in with my absolute favorite eyeliner. This is the Guerlain eyeliner. Just give it a little bit of a shake, and this is amazing. The brush is so soft, it makes it so easy to apply, she says. Absolutely love this, it's amazing. It's not the cheapest, but it is just so easy to put on. If I don't use this, then I actually do use the L'Oreal Black Buster. This is also great. Completely different kind of product, because it's more of a like a pen, so it's a slightly harder product, and it's like a pen, but it's just as easy to put on. This is great too, so I'll use one of these two as my eyeliner. Moving on to mascara, and my favorite at the moment is the L'Oreal Paradise mascara. Now I have to say, L'Oreal really do the best mascaras. I have so many of them, and they are all great. They really are. I don't know how they manage to do it, but they really do lovely, lovely mascaras. Look, you can see how thick that's coming out already. You don't even really need to put that much on. Love it, such a good mascara, L'Oreal Paradise. Now this is where things get really tricky for me, and that's eyebrows. I'm really not good at eyebrows, so I don't know how this is going to turn out, but I will do my best. So as you can see, my eyebrows are kind of quite sparse. They're not the best. I'm actually using black Jamaican castor oil to try and help grow them. So every night I'll put some of that on the eyebrows, and it's actually starting to pick up. So what I do is I just get my spoolie and just try and get a bit of shape. And I actually had HD brows a while back, and this is one of the pencils that they actually gave to me, which is quite a good one actually. It's quite soft and it's quite a nice one. So I tend to try and just kind of draw the shape in that I'm trying to get. So I've got a bit of shape there already, but I just try and draw it in a little bit more just to fill in, because as you can see, there's quite a few gaps in my eyebrows. So I just draw it in with the pencil a little bit first, and then I get the brush and just try and blend that in so that the line isn't so harsh. And then I take the Benefit Give Me Brow. This is number 3, so this is the fiber gel in color number 3, so it's not too dark, because again, I don't like really heavy, really drawn in eyebrows. I like makeup that's quite simple, to be honest, and looks quite natural. So I'm just trying to get a bit more definition more than anything else. So I will go over the brows a little bit with this, which gives it a little bit more definition, but then I have to go back in with the pencil again. Hopefully you can see that. So it's not perfect, but it just helps just to fill it in a little bit more. And there, that's the eyebrows done. So like I say, my brows aren't the best, and I'm not the best at doing them. I just try and fill in the gap. So at the moment I'm using the Benefit Brow and a HD pencil. And moving on to blusher. Normally I would use something like the Charlotte Tilbury Film Star Bronze and Glow, which is more of kind of like a contour highlighting palette. And this is really, really nice. I really like this. I've been using this for quite a while now. Product seems to last forever. So definitely recommend that. But today I'm going to go with MAC actually. I'm going to go with MAC blush in the shade of Peaches. So it's just a really nice kind of like pinky kind of blush, so nothing too dramatic, just to add a little bit of colour to my cheek, just to keep it nice and simple. Whew, I'm a bit out of breath. I just had to run downstairs and get a parcel, and then I noticed that my neighbour's kids are doing a little cake sale downstairs on the street to raise money for charity, so had to of course go and buy some cake. So I'm a bit out of breath now, but getting back to the blush. So this is the MAC blusher, just a nice simple little pink shade, just to brighten up the cheeks a little bit. And then I'm going to dust over the ByTerry Compact Expert Jewel Powder. So this is a new product for me, and this is so lovely. Look at this. It's so pretty, so beautiful. And this is number 8. This is Mocha Fizz. So as you can see, you've got 2 rings of colors there. And how I'm using it at the moment is I just take the outer ring and just brush it a little bit on the face. So as I mentioned in the beginning about needing a powder, this was the one that the girls recommended to me at ByTerry. I was going to go for the translucent powder, but we decided to go for this one in the end. I don't put too much on, just because it's just a shade, just a tiny bit dark for me, but not so dark that I can't wear it. It's actually a really lovely powder. So I just put a little bit around just to try and help with the shine. So this is great. I love this. This is the ByTerry Jewel Compact Expert Powder. And finally, the lips. And I'm gonna go for something nude, something simple. You've heard me talk a million times about the Givenchy number 9 Mocha Reinvent for the lip liner. And I'm actually gonna do the L'Oreal Balmain collaboration. I'm gonna use this one, and this is Confession. Now I'm actually gonna use the lip liner and fill in the whole of the lip. And the reason why I do that is 1, because it helps the lipstick to stay on longer, and 2, also with some nudes, the lip liner, it really needs a strong lip liner to show up on my skin. So yeah, I tend to kind of just fill in most of the lip just to help it stay that little bit longer. So this is Confession, L'Oreal Balmain. It's a slightly more pinky shade than I would normally go for, but I actually really like it. I think it works really well with the Givenchy liner. It just helps it to blend out a little bit more on my skin colour. So yeah, I really like the combination. And so that's the lipstick. So that is it for my everyday makeup routine. I hope you have enjoyed it and that it's helped you. If you have any recommendations at all of products, please do comment below and let me know. I would really love to know, so please do let me know. If you're not already a subscriber, then please do click the link and subscribe. So I hope you have a fabulous week, and I shall see you next time. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.